So I'd like to introduce myself first. My name is Diane Earnshaw. I'm from a company called Vox Pops International. And we specialise in using video to conduct and bring research to life. So this afternoon, I'm going to go through just to explain to you how video has exploded into the research industry right now. And then I'm going to spend quite a lot of time going through some case studies that we've done from around the world. And I'm also going to touch on the future of video in research. So first of all, just a very quick video about who we are, just to give you some context and to understand sort of where we come from as an agency. Thank you. So that just gives you a little bit of context, just a very quick overview of the types of video that's available to us as researchers and to research companies. What I'd like to do next is to show you a video. It's a little animation that we put together about how much video is actually coming at everybody now. I'd almost like you to think of in the next 5 years as video as being big data. You can gather video from all types of places, be it ethnographic, video diaries, your own videos. Interviewers are now collecting video. It's coming at you from social media all over the place. And as researchers, maybe your role is going to change and you're going to become future editors. But just watch this quick little video just to give it some context. Oops, sorry.
As video technology has advanced over the years, it has become increasingly important in the gathering and delivery of market research, bringing data and people to life in a way that written reports can't. As a result, videos featuring consumers are now available at the touch of a button from around the world, albeit of varying types and quality. The challenge now is to take all the video footage available and turn it into stories that are meaningful, engaging, and achieve cut-through. These videos can be used across a company for all sorts of uses. Researchers now need to develop a new skill set, one that involves trawling through hours of video footage in order to find video clips that highlight key insights, illustrate existing trends, and tell a visual story. Finished videos need to look good and hold an audience's attention, so either the researcher must become a video editor, or they will need to work with a professional. Once researchers are creating multiple videos, they will have the challenge of managing, storing, and distributing them. They need to be searchable, viewable on mobile devices, and easy to use in presentations in order for everyone in the organisation to benefit.
Okay, so video is everywhere now, especially in market research. It's still not on the scale as it is in the consumer industry. But basically, what challenges do we have as researchers? One of the many things that comes through is getting cut through, getting close to consumers, and turning insight into action. And that's one of the big sort of areas that I'd like to discuss as well. It's about communicating research. It's fine to spend millions of dollars on actually conducting research, but if it's not communicated and then not used across a company, then what's the point? The types of video and the video research that we do for clients, and we work for some very large clients, ends up going across a company. So basically, the voice of the consumer is being heard in training. It's been heard through internal comms. It's used on social media. It's used for sales, for all kinds of different things, proving a point, and even customer explainer videos. So it's got a really, really wide reach. And this is all about, again, bringing the consumers to life, using your insights and turning them into a video deliverable that can be used across. So sort of just to give you a bit of background, the types of video research methodologies, or where video works really, really well, are things like mini-depth interviews, flipboards, and I've got examples of these in case studies, focus groups, depth interviews, intercepts, observationals, and diaries. And a lot of people are doing diaries now. So that's actually the way of gathering the research. Then you have to think, this new researcher, this new person researcher, who's like now an editor and a filmmaker, you also have to think about the style of video. How do you want to present it? Be it talking heads, you can add graphics into it, and text, and animation. You can get really, really ultra creative, or you can go the filmic route and film really beautiful films which will have an incredible emotional impact. The third thing you need to think about is you've got this lovely video, you've got some great video footage, share it. Please make sure that it goes across a company, and that's in different ways. I mean, clients use it on plasma screens, they use it on intranets, in portals, on mobile devices, social media, but the real key is actually using it across your company, again, so that your voice of the consumer, the insights, are really being used and activated. So I'm going to go through some case studies with you. The first one I'm going to talk about is it was an ongoing consumer immersion program that we did with Unilever for 2 years. Then I'm going to talk about Shell, who launched a new product, and again, they used the video and talking to real consumers. Then another one for a company called Jack Morton, and it was all about social media and a PR campaign, and that was in 18 markets. Then I've got a little montage of animations on how to bring to life stats and quant, and that was from Beiersdorf, Prudential, and the Future Consultancy. Then I've got some examples of intercept interviews, which were for Subway and another financial services company. And then finally, I'm going to finish off with a little video diary that we did for Barclays Bank. So first of all, Unilever, the Daily Consumer Programme. So we were approached a couple of years ago, and the objective was very much to bring the consumer to the heart of the business and become truly consumer-centric. And this was very much about bringing the whole of Unilever together to be able to watch this. And I should say this was for home care, CMI. So what we did is we were producing a video a day for them. So you can imagine it was a huge task. And that was from countries around the world. And we were talking to women in their homes. And we covered all kinds of different topics, everything from happiness all the way through to how they use their toilet products. The output, the videos that we produced were all about 3 minutes long. They were subtitled, and they gave a story. And they were delivered via a portal which we helped create, which sat on the Unilever intranet. So it's called Consumer Voice. And the countries, as I said, covered many, many countries. This is the portal. This is how it actually was presented as a portal. And go back. I think this is a video, actually. Can you? Yeah. So if I can play this will just show you very quickly how people within Unilever will be able to go and pick a video, watch a video. It's all word searchable and everything, but essentially everyone could watch consumers at their desktop. There's no sound, but so there you go. They're looking through categories, through countries, and they can go to each video. And then the beauty of it is they could go to the video and clip and crop and clip and just pull out sort of little comments that they wanted for their own presentations. So again, it's all about getting the consumer close to the audience. So as you can see, that carries on everything was transcribed, translated. So that just gives you a quick, I mean, these are all very quick feels, but this is a very quick feel. And here, this is an actual video compilation of some of the typical types of videos that we put together for them.
ಟೈಮ್ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಆ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ
ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಗುಡ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ವಾಟರಿಂದ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು ಮೊದಲು. ವಾಟರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಡೌಟ್ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಇವಾಗ ಆ ಥರ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ.
ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೋದು. ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀರು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಲೇ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕೆಲಸನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಲಸನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅವತ್ತಿನ ದಿನ.
Momen terindah dalam hidup saya ketika saya dilamar suami. Itu rasanya senang banget, kayak wah ternyata jodoh saya dia gitu, suami saya yang saya tunggu-tunggu gitu. Terus selain itu pas mendapatkan anak juga, alhamdulillah Allah masih memberikan kepercayaan kepada saya gitu kan, memberikan 2 anak putri lucu-lucu seperti itu.
我希望我可以更早的达到3个自由吧，一个就叫财富自由，让我可以不用工作了，不用奔波了，那我可以享受生活，周游列国了。第2个自由就叫心灵自由，就是说我可以让自己想做什么就做什么，就是说很随意的。那第3个自由就是我的健康，健康也可以让自己非常的自由。
Masasabi ko rin po akong isang positibong tao kasi kahit po dumadating na yung time na walang-wala po talaga kami sa bulsa, hindi pa rin po ako nawawalan ng pag-asa. Basta po nakikita ko lang na masaya yung pamilya ko, okay na. Tsaka nakakagawa pa rin po ako ng paraan para sa amin.
So that's an example of sort of what we call basically video depth interviews. And we have a camera person and an interviewer, and we film around and sort of like the whole environment to sort of try and, again, contextualize people's lives and these women's lives. So as I said, those videos, there was a video a day that was going out sort of on this portal that everyone at Unilever could watch. So the next one is a project that we worked on with Shell. So they were launching a new car, a concept car, which was all about sort of economy in the city. And we found and recruited and interviewed 2 sets of people. One is sort of like the oldest car drivers that we could find in the cities to sort of talk about how they remembered the cities in the old days. And then we also found people who had just passed their driving licenses. And some of this was filmed in Singapore, which is why I thought I'd bring it along today. Play.
I think in the 40s, driving in Manhattan, I was never afraid to drive in the city.
The streets were empty in those days, so there weren't many cars, mainly also carts.
I have been driving since 1946. They still had policemen directing traffic instead of lights with a whistle.
Al heel zo begin jaren 50 was het niet, had lang niet iedereen een auto.
因为最多的就是几个自行车在一起。现在呢，车站多了，交通也比较复杂了。
I I'd say it's very difficult to be a new driver in New York City. It gives you anxiety, it makes you super nervous.
It's definitely intimidating. You have to get suited to London driving rather than it gets suited to you.
I think everyone is as selfish. Everyone's trying to get to their destination as fast as possible.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm on the road, people are like 2 meters behind me and I feel like they want to go through me.
I honestly believe we weren't in such a hurry, you know, to get anywhere.
We used to think how awful it was, the amount of traffic on the road, but in comparison with today, it was nothing.
At certain times in the day, you just know it's chock-a-block. You're dreading it because you know you're just joining the back of a queue.
Nowadays, we have so many cars on the road, and they're large cars.
London's not very equipped. The roads are as wide as they are, and that's it basically. So if you fit, you fit.
Parking wasn't as bad, you know. Wherever you go, parking is much more restricted.
I can remember parking outside St Paul's. If I was going to look at St Paul's, I just drove down there.
People didn't own their own cars. Now everyone has 1, 2 and 3 in the family.
Maar ik bedoel, het wordt voller en voller en dat kan natuurlijk niet eindeloos doorgaan.
I think the congestion will continue. Everyone's trying to learn how to drive. Everyone wants to own a car.
We need something to reduce the congestion. I don't know what it is, but that's what we need.
I'll stop that one there. So basically that then fed into all those insights that they'd received and they had beforehand. They came and they sort of said, look, we want to illustrate all this. We know this to be true. And obviously it gave validation for the new car that they were introducing. So it supported what they were doing sort of like on a really big scale. This one is one that I thought you might enjoy. I mean, hopefully, you know, it's a nice time to be showing films sort of after the break. This was in 18 countries, and it was getting people's insights just after the crash. So it was getting people's insight, city workers' insight into the world of finance and what they wanted more or less from in terms of financial services. So I'll just play this, it's entertaining. So again, that's just it's a fun way. But actually, the flipboard methodology that we use works really, really well for getting very quick insights and kind of making insight more engaging and research findings more interesting for other people to sort of react to and engage with. So it's quite a good example. So this one here is I've put together, because I can't show you whole animations because obviously they're all really quite confidential. But one of the things that we do a lot is take quant surveys. So this is about you thinking, yes, I've got loads and loads of quant, but I want some colour with it. I want a bit of qualitative input. So what we'll basically do is we'll take lots of stats and we'll create animations. And they're usually very short animations. But again, it's a way of taking all those stats that you've got on those charts and something that might take you 20 minutes to debrief, going through all the different slides, you can do in about 3 minutes. I keep doing this. So those are very quick. If anybody is interested in sort of seeing more full animations, then it's best they contact me and I can maybe share a little bit more in a little bit more detail with them. Okay, so the final case study, or something I want to share with you, which again are very, very popular, and a lot of companies now are using video, which is back to where I started from. A lot of people are creating video and video content for market research, and one of the biggest areas is video diaries, whether or not you include it in surveys or whether actually you're using platforms and you've got very specific target groups. So this is an example of something that was done for Barclays Bank, and this was, the situation was that they'd actually got 3 very clear segments, and we were recruiting for very, very sort of 3 specific types of people. And they basically conducted video diaries for about a week, and then it was all analysed, and we then created edits out of it, which they then used throughout the company. Thank you.
I'm the one that does all the technology. I've got a PC here, a desktop. I have my phone, which is always with me.
I don't do technology at all. I hate the computer. I hate all these high-tech phones. Well, here we are outside Barclays Bank in Edgware. We're just going to pay a couple of bills. There's Jack going in. We're paying in cheques. Sorry, paying in cheques. Okay, we're doing bills online. I have been corrected. Just got told off.
Okay, so that's just a very short snip. We can't, again, it's hard to share lots with you. But, and then finally, this last one is a very sort of typical example of intercept interviews. So it's a really great way of supporting research that you've already done, or you just want very quick answers from people on the streets, or in or it could be at an airport or rail station or wherever, sort of targeted. Thank you.
It's emerging because it's not stable yet. It's kind of up and coming.
Well, if it's a fixed interest, it's a very safe investment. It's not what you make, it's what you don't lose.
An absolute return is the return over the whole period of an investment as opposed to a single year.
When you hear the term inflation, it's really the strength of the dollar as time moves on.
I'm going to guess that it means it's got something to do with volatile.
More new products to try that are kind of outside the box or outside the bun.
New items, possibly try different blend. I mean, in Singapore, you got a hodgepodge of different cultures and all. You could try and mix it.
The atmosphere inside them, the cafes, well, there is no atmosphere, they're kind of soulless. So maybe like leaving it up to the franchise owners to kind of build their own vibe would be a really cool thing.
Ich glaube, ich würde nur öfter dahin gehen, wenn es mehr so ein Restaurant-Feeling.
Subways son pequeños, entonces entras y pues hay como que poquitas mesas.
Ja, Lieferdienste, vor allem jetzt Burger King, also die liefern ja jetzt auch.
Target the students. The student market is something that most places haven't tapped on yet.
但我看到这个车的话，我觉得捷豹以后的这个发展应該會很好的。
突然間，我啱先一睇，我話咁一路捷豹嚟嘅麼？我有種感覺就係
高雅、雅致、大氣、大方。
我覺得以前捷豹的印象的話就是老氣一點，現在呢就話年輕化一點。
可能跳出個行業咯，可能跳出其他能力其他人未做到嘅嘢咯，係啦。
一是它的品牌比較高雅，比較高貴，這是個品牌我比較喜歡。
即係好似喺動物世界入邊睇到嗰啲豹咁樣，即係有嗰種咁嘅品性。
Okay, so that just gives you another sort of way of using video to bring things to life. Okay, so wrapping up quite quickly, the future video, because we get asked this a fair bit. So there are different ways. We personally think that one of the big ways is going to be so it's more interactive. So again, talking back to Unilever, we know that they're using something called TouchCast, which is a program, and where you can embed video, but then click on certain videos and it will take you somewhere else and you can annotate it and you can do really, really clever things with it. So that's a really very interesting sort of new technology. The other things I think that we'll sort of certainly start to look at and will come up a lot more in market research and using video is in virtual reality. I think that's going to be, there's going to be great to be able to put on your set and literally feel that you're completely immersed in your consumer's world. The other thing is live streaming. I mean, it's become a massive thing. I mean, I don't know if many of you heard, but BuzzFeed were live on Facebook for 45 minutes, 807,000 viewers tuned in. So, and now if you're on Facebook, it says, I don't know if you've seen that little button which says something like live video. You can basically stream yourself live. So I think research generally, there's going to be a lot more, as everybody wants faster and faster responses and faster feedback. I think in terms of the video side, I think there's going to be a lot more live video streaming direct from consumers into the clients' offices.